Hi there, this is Adam Jones. Welcome to another YouTube video here at the Wolf Rock Boat Company. Today is a bit of a different video. We are joined by Frazer and Naomi from Sail Exmouth. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
Good to see you. Well, today we are talking about two boats. This is the Navigator 20, which they're about to take ownership of, and also the Brig Eagle 6.7, which you've obviously seen lots of on the YouTube channel. We're going to go around the corner and have a look at it in the new showroom. Firstly, thanks very much for coming down.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's been a bit wet today.
Yeah, very wet, very windy.
Difficult to get here.
But obviously we're in the new showroom, so we're inside. So remember, if it is wet and rainy outside, there's always somewhere to come and look at boats. Now, let's get back to you guys. So tell us a little bit about Sail Exmouth.
We've been going now over 15 years. We run on the River Ex, and we're the main commercial entity that teaches powerboating and sailing.
Okay, fantastic. So both of you are instructors, obviously?
That's right, yeah, absolutely. So we do Powerboat Level 1 and 2 as our main courses. Powerboat Level 2, brilliant to get you from zero to hero, basically out in the water.
Okay, fantastic. How long have you guys been into powerboating? Where did it come? Well, not obviously to these guys that are watching now. You also do ski repair and stuff in the background as a secondary business.
Yeah, throughout the winter. So yeah, we met over 22 years ago now at university, both with the water sports passion. And then over time, we were fortunate enough to start Sail Exmouth and then create a secondary business. So it's almost like we're living out our summer in the UK on boats and then kind of winter ski. So it's lovely actually to have the two marry very well.
I don't like either of them, to be honest. I thought I had a good job. So tell us a little bit more. So it was obviously sailing and powerboating to start off with, or mainly sailing and then into powerboat? Have you always been doing both of them?
To begin with, it was mainly dinghy sailing. It was about 70%. And over the years, powerboating has just become more and more popular, which is really good, so more people can gain confidence and know what they're doing out on the water, in the tidal waters and the high winds. You need to know what you're doing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things we've spoken about in videos, but obviously now you can see these guys are in Exmouth. If you are based over there and you do have a boat, or you're thinking about getting a boat, I would implore you to do a powerboat level 2. It's very easy to pick one of these things up and not know what you're doing, and the only time you'll figure out you don't know what you're doing is when something goes wrong. So that's why we go and spend some time on a powerboat course, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the Navigator 20 that's behind me. What do you guys think of this boat? Now you can see it in the flesh.
It's lovely. It's nice to see the iteration as well, because we used to have the old 5.7 Navigator.
Yep.
So it's nice to see how the boat's developed.
So what can you see that's different on that point? I'll put you on the spot, but from the old Navigator 570. So you guys have, you've got quite a long history with Brig. When did you first get a Brig?
Probably it was about 5-6 years ago we started with Brig, and what I love about them is just the whole openness.
Yep.
You can walk around, communicate, you can observe teaching and intervene really easily from just such an open console, open deck. Really nice.
Yeah, well, so one of the differences, which obviously cameraman Sam can show us in this video if he turns to the right, is we've got that big centralised console unit that I'd imagine in a teaching setting is really important, with obviously that space in the bow.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of what we teach is kind of slow manoeuvres, close quarter manoeuvres.
Yeah.
So the boat is always under a lot of pressure. You're in a tight environment like Exmouth Marina. You've got the wind pushing the boat one direction. You've got other water users, and to have the ability to be that close and interact whilst teaching, it makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would imagine those big tubes on a Brig also help with a couple of bumps when you're coming alongside. Talking of tight manoeuvres, for those that are thinking about doing a powerboat level course, what do you think the biggest manoeuvre is that people can't do that they gain from doing powerboat level 2?
I think the hardest thing is probably berthing in the marina at the end of your whole day out.
Yep.
So you've left, you've gone out, you've had a lovely time. It's coming back and having the confidence that you're going to park it without having that big bump or putting your crew under pressure or in a stressful scenario. It can be a very stressful scenario. So just building that confidence is really important for people going out on a day trip.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I mean, even now, with the amount of hours that I do on a boat, I still find myself coming in some marinas. It's that dreaded, thin, long corridor. You radio in, say, oh, come on to visit to berth number 2, and it's at the end of that corridor, the wind's behind you. It's having the confidence of just edging yourself in that you definitely gain from a powerboat course. So if you haven't got one, I'm going to say it again, get in contact with these guys and go and get yourself a powerboat level 2 course. The other thing I think is really cool about this boat is obviously we've got that lovely aluminium frame on the helm position, and I think that behind that position you're going to be able to stand, behind the person that's helming the boat, which could be really, really good for training. 6.7. Why have you gone for a 6.7 as your secondary option?
It's nice to have the versatility. We find that a lot of people that take up powerboating, some of them just require the qualification and may have been driving boats for a long time.
Yeah.
So the 6.7 is almost a boat that they're really used to having.
Yeah.
Whereas people that have never done any boating before, to have a smaller model that's still got abundance of space,
yeah,
it just breeds confidence.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have the flexibility.
Cool. I guess the thing with a 20 over maybe the old Navigator 570, obviously it's slightly longer, but it is definitely beamier, so you've got a lot more space. It feels like a bigger rib, as well as being a small manoeuvrable rib at the same time. Right, we're going to pop next door and have a look at the Eagle 6.7, so we will see you on the other side. Right guys, so we are now round the other side of the showroom and we are stood next to a Brig Eagle 6.7. So your boat's going to be slightly different. It's going to be white gel, but still the black tubes, right?
Yeah, correct, yeah.
So it's going to look similar to the Nav on the Tetradoc. Talk us through your thinking on this boat. Why have you gone for a more luxury option?
Our clientele really varies. So
Yeah.
for those people that have driven boats lots before,
Yeah.
or those that have large families, it's nice to have something that they can visibly see accommodates all their needs.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about Brig is all of the hulls are very reliable and very sensitive. You get
Yeah.
great feedback.
Yeah.
So whether you're an absolute beginner or you're a veteran and you've been doing it for years, you're getting the instant feedback.
Yeah.
It's reliable and it always does the same thing.
Yeah.
Which I think for most people, especially in the River Exmouth, it's very difficult. You want the boat to be responsive. You want to know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And both boats fit the bill.
I think it's a great choice. I mean, I've said it in the videos before. I feel like the Brig Eagle 6.7 is the first step into a big rib. So up to 6 meters, they do feel smaller. This is obviously a beam size up. Yeah. It's the kind of next step into the Eagle 8 that Sam's got, which is obviously a very big boat for somebody that's never done a powerboat level 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
The other thing that'll be really interesting when we come back to see you guys in a few months' time is the differences between the hulls and how you guys, obviously spending a lot of time on boats, how you feel that. With the built-in trim tabs on a 6.7 and an 8, it's not a responsive hull. It's a very soft hull. It's a very safe hull for families, and the Navigator is slightly different. So it'll be interesting to see how you get on. Talking of how you get on, we're thinking about potentially throwing Sam into a powerboat level 2 course. It'd be great to come and do that with you guys at some point if you're up for it.
Yeah, that'd be very wise, Sam. I think it's good for everyone to be, equipped on the water. That education, especially being able to handle a boat like this, it's a lot nicer when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously it'll be interesting as well because we spend a lot of time on the water, and Sam's obviously spent a lot of time with me and all of the rest of the guys that do a lot of hours, so he's obviously a competent powerboater. But it'll be great to see what those learning opportunities are, so that people out there that maybe feel embarrassed that they haven't got a PB2 at this point will actually think, well, do you know what? It's a good day to go and learn. It's a good couple of days to pick up some new tips. So that might be a good one. And finally, Sam will be signed off from a powerboat level 2. Thank you so much for coming along, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you
really
very much for having
excited.
us.
Thank you for having us.
See
Nice
how you get
dry
on.
show.
No worries at all.
Guys.
Great to meet
Really
you,
lovely.
and we'll see you very soon.
Yeah,
Looking
see you in
forward
the
to it.
summer. Hopefully it'll be a lot better weather.
Yes, that's a good point. The summer is coming. It doesn't feel like it's coming now. Thank you so much for watching the video. We will speak to you guys very, very soon.